Okay, I'm making this video because on yesterday, um, it's election time, and I get everybody's out there trying to get their information out for their campaigns and to try to get the people in the ward to vote for them. I get all that. But there's protocol and there's a certain way that things need to be done. And yesterday I was really aggravated um, just to know that you have people that's going around the blocks, first of all, pulling up signs. I think that's very immature. And then, secondly, you have maybe they're volunteers, maybe they're family, maybe they're relatives. I don't know what they are. That's going around trying to sway people in a forceful way to change their mind who they decide to vote for. This is a free choice who you decide to vote for. When you're doing robocalls, you're asking a survey who you vote for. That is not a part of running a campaign or showing that you have some integrity or some character in your methods of trying to get elected. And that doesn't speak highly of you as the candidate when you allow these things to happen in your campaign. Here's my point. If you are assured of your strengths as running, all that underhanded stuff is unnecessary. You don't need to do those things. I don't understand, and this just don't happen in local levels. This happen across the board, but it still is aggravating and irritating to me that these things take place. Now, all the other videos I've been, being cordial, but now it's come to a point that we can't ignore some things. So let me break it down on my point of view. And some people might not agree with it, but I really don't care because I've been in this ward long enough to express my opinions and some. And I work diligently in this ward on foot patrol. So I'm going to say what I need to say as a constituent and as a frequent voter. For Tara Stamps, who's running on the strength of the teachers union. So what? You all came out after the schools were closed. So what purpose did you really serve? And you have only been in this ward in a short period of time. So you don't know what goes on in this ward. And because you work in the schools does not make you knowledgeable of what happens in the 37th ward. I have yet to hear you say something besides education. You just narrow it down to that one focus thing and you stick to it. And for Moretta, your community work is job related, so it's really not community work, and you really don't attend no beat meetings. So let's call a spade a spade. Now, people might say I'm swaying, and I have a favorite, and yes, I do. So whoever you vote for is your favorite, and I have one too, and everybody know my favorite. But it's not my favorite because of his name. It's my choice because he actually does work in the community diligently. He works in the community. He's on just about everything that the others are not. He does the caps. He does the beats. He does the clean and green. You understand what I'm saying? And we have that sitting alderman that study running on her strengths about the Walgreens and the Planet Fitness and the Blase Skippy this and the Blase Skippy that. So what? Those buildings are up. They're already running. What has happened beyond that? You have Plaza Arms in there. There is no funding for Plaza Arms. None whatsoever. No TIF dollars. People check the record. Check it really good because there is no TIF dollars that has been spent in this war, and there's none scheduled to be spent. Let's quit believing the lies. Let's quit believing the hype and dig deep down into it. Why do people support who they support? What is the reason? What is the motive? Are they really trying to help the ward, or are they trying to stagnate the ward? And we cannot function like that. I'm sorry. We cannot. People just move in the community and then we just jump right on the bandwagon. We don't know nothing. We don't do no research. They ring our doorbells, they knock on our door, and then we don't go back and then we don't check into to validate that they are who they say they are. People talk a good talk, but what about the walk matching your talk? And I am so upset because these are childish games to me. They're real childish. And if you're going to run a campaign and you are assured of your strengths in running this campaign, trick and manipulation is not a good look. Because if you'll stoop that low to trick and manipulate, that speaks volume in your character. If you want to know and survey by them robocalls, who are you voting for? That speaks volume and character. This is a freedom of choice. The best candidate should be the one that hold that automatic seat. No smoke screening, no manipulation, just a person that's straightforward and upfront. Somebody who's going to work for the people and not for this mess that is going on. It's time out for all this. And that's from the top of the office all the way down to the local office. I'm not discriminating against anybody because I feel this way across the board and it needs to stop because I've had enough. And if you know me, I'm a very verbal person because I will write about it in Austin Talks. I will tweet about it and I will put it on Facebook because we need to stop this. Our communities are the communities that suffer because we don't get the necessary tools that's needed so we can thrive, rebuild, and revitalize our community. Enough is enough. And I'm calling all of y'all out. Cut it out. Act like mature adults and stop playing the kids' game. Bottom line.